Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Wednesday the 16th of March 2022. Today was match day and well, I just can't believe it. Millwall 2, Huddersfield 0. We absolutely dominated this game. Huddersfield Town, who are they? Well, they're third in the league apparently, but you wouldn't know it from watching the game today. We absolutely, completely and utterly steamrolled them. Bennett Kofobi was on fire. And well, let's just get into it. This is the match report from news@den.co.uk. Bennett Kofobi's double earned Millwall 2-0 win over Huddersfield Town at the Den to extend their unbeaten league run to 8 games as they move to win 2 points of the playoffs. Kofobi struck in the 27th and 57th minutes to take his tally for the season to 9 as the Lions ended the Terriers' 17-game unbeaten run in the Championship. They were 2 sublime finishes from the on-loan Stoke City striker as Mill moved closer to the playoff spots with 9 games remaining. Lions manager Gary Rowett will have been delighted with his team's dominant display against Huddersfield's side that hadn't lost in the league since November. Yeah, 17-game unbeaten run, and we just knocked it on the head like it was nothing. And here's the thing, I keep trying to be realistic. I don't want to get caught up in this. I've been here before. Oh, we're gonna make the playoffs. Oh, I keep trying to be realistic, but fucking hell, what's happening here? This was utterly incredible result. There wasn't even a hint of us losing that game. Not a hint. All the players were fantastic. Bennett Kofobi was amazing. I think he needed to be. To be fair, he has been coming back from injury, but previous 3 games against Reading, Blackburn and Middlesbrough, it was a little bit dog shit, let's be fair. And he just pulled that performance out of the hat. And wow, he needed that. We needed that. Absolutely amazing from Bennett Kofobi. In the middle of the park, Billy Mitchell and George Saville. What an amazing pair. It's like the best pairing since cheese and onion or salt and pepper. Utterly fantastic. And everyone else as well. Mario Wallace was fantastic. Daniel McNamara, Scott Malone, Mason Bennett. Yeah, they were fantastic performances all around. So yeah, let's just keep reading. Match details. The away side started brighter, carrying most of the threat. Bartosz Biakowski was in action just 7 minutes in, first to deny Lewis O'Brien, and then to get down to Dwayne Holmes's goal-bound effort from the resulting corner. The Terriers came close 2 minutes later when top scorer Danny Ward's lobbed effort landed just alongside of Biakowski's crossbar. However, Millwall grew into the game and dominated the visitors for the remainder of the first half. Kofobi had 2 sights at goal, but both times couldn't quite get a shot away, denied by Huddersfield keeper Lee Nichols on 12 minutes and defender Pearson in the 22nd minute. But third time was a charm for the Lion striker, who gave his side the lead 5 minutes later. Jonathan Hogg's loose pass was collected by Jed Wallace, who played in Kofobi. Huddersfield appeared to have dealt with the Millwall counter after Mason Bennett's effort was blocked, but the ball found its way to Kofobi, who calmly slotted home from just inside the 18-yard box. Millwall's dominance didn't relent after the break. Kofobi missed a golden chance to double his tally on 55 minutes, but his effort from Bennett's cutback was straight at Nichols. 2 minutes later, the front man had his second. Huddersfield failed to clear a Millwall free kick, and the ball broke to Kofobi, who smashed his first-time effort into the bottom right corner. It was almost a hat-trick for Kofobi on 71 minutes, but his close-range header from a corner hit the bar. Danny Ballard's follow-up was superbly palmed off the line by Nichols. Kofobi was again denied by the woodwork as his glancing header struck the bottom of the upright on the 82nd minute. Yes, that's right. I was looking at the stats. Bennett Kofobi 7 shots, 5 on target, 2 goals, and hit the woodwork twice. Fantastic from Bennett Kofobi there. Takeaways from the game. Unbeaten run continues. The Lions are now unbeaten in 8 games in the league. This latest victory ending Huddersfield's long unbeaten run. Mill appear to be hitting top gear as the business end of the season approaches and will surely have the confidence now to take on anyone in the league. The dominance on display against the Championship's form side will have others looking over their shoulders at Rowett's side. A phobia on fire on a night when his parent club Stoke, Mill's next opponents, lost 2-1 at the Cardiff City. A phobia put on a truly great display and was unlucky not to go home with the match ball. After 6 games without a goal, the front man was starting to receive some criticism, but this superb finish reminds everyone of his quality. He reached 50 Championship goals and bagged his first brace for the Lions. A phobia will be a big miss against the Potters at the weekend. Indeed. Mason Bennett, key man. Bennett put in another fantastic display, forcing Huddersfield to change formation and reinforce the right side of their defence. Despite his injury troubles, he's become a key player for the Lions. He is undoubtedly in the form of his career. Millwall fans will be hoping he stays fit for the running, as he is bound to play a big part. Impenetrable back line. The Lions have now only conceded 1 goal at home in 7 games and have kept 5 clean sheets on the spin. Rowett side are back to their impenetrable best, which will hopefully hold them in good stead for the remainder of the season. And Shea Ojo returns to the squad. Millwall fans will have been buoyed to see Ojo return to the Matchday squad after he recovered from an ankle injury. Despite not getting on the pitch, his presence on Wednesday night was a major boost, given how many injuries the Lions have suffered in attack this season. Ojo was playing his best football for Millwall before his injury. Let's hope he can pick up where he left off. Indeed. There was only one substitution made, and the team was Biakowski, McNamara, Ballard, Cooper, Murray, Wallace, Malone, Mitchell, Saville, Jed Wallace, Afobe, Bennett, and Burry. Tyler Burry came on the 80th minute for Mason Bennett, and the subs were Long, Pierce, Muller, Topoloj, Mahoney, and Ojo. So there you go. Now we're going to get into the post-match comments. This is from on the newsonline.co.uk. Millwall striker Benik Afobe unlucky not to hit a hat-trick against Huddersfield. Gary Rowett felt that Benik Afobe was really unlucky not to have scored a hat-trick in Millwall's 2-0 victory against Huddersfield Town. Rowett told the South London press he was really unlucky. If you look at some of the moments, we've hit the bar and we should have had a penalty when the lad blocks it on the line with his hand. Yes, the keeper's made 2 or 3 fabulous saves and Benik has missed another really good chance. It was a far better chance than his second goal, but that's what you'd rather talk about. You'd rather talk about creating lots of opportunities rather than worrying about missing them. He took his 2 goals well. He'll be disappointed that he didn't have a hat-trick, but the bigger picture is that it was a really good performance on and off the ball today. It was really disciplined and fabulous again, indeed. Up there, what does that mean? Well, let's move on. Newsatden.co.uk have this. Up there, Millwall boss on Huddersfield Town win and display of league's best wingback. Gary Rowett said Millwall's display was up there with one of their best of the season as they defeated Huddersfield Town 2-0 at the Den on Wednesday night. The Lions ended the Terriers' 17-game unbeaten run in the league to move within 2 points of 6 and now just 6 points behind Huddersfield, who are third. Benik Afobe scored a goal in each half. It's up there, just due to the fact that the opposition are in such a good run of form, flying high in the league, Rowett said. They're a difficult side to play. Some of their tactical nuances make it difficult to play high up on the pitch all the time. O'Brien and Holmes play behind your midfield, so as soon as one jumps, they just try and exploit those spaces. The first 10 minutes we thought they would play a 4. They've been playing a 4 recently in almost like a 4-4-2 with Sorba Thomas off the front. I think they remembered our game up there when Thomas was so good and played him as a wing back, so it changed 1 or 2 bits, but we played against that so many times it wasn't too difficult. After the first 10 minutes in terms of possession, we had more. In terms of chances, I thought we completely dominated the game. Sorba assisted Jonathan Hogg for the winner when the sides met last October, but Rowett felt Scott Malone won the battle down that side of the pitch in this contest. Rowett said if Scotty was a bit disappointed up there as to how that battle went, I think tonight he more than made up for it. I thought he was outstanding. He kept running off Thomas all the time. The energy when he goes forward, I've said it before, I don't think there's a better left wing back in the division. His attacking quality is so good. He got in some brilliant positions, and it was just that little that last little pass that they seemed to get back and just condense the box and make it difficult to pick someone out. He was outstanding tonight, along with a lot of our players. it's hard to pick one individual out there because there were so many good performances. I agree, Gary Rowett, I agree. Moving on now to this. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. The most quality is shown. Millwall midfield duo both earned praise from Boss after 2-0 win over Huddersfield's Gary Rowett, handing out the praising left, right and centre. Gary Rowett was impressed with the performances of George Saville and Billy Mitchell in Millwall's 2-0 win against Huddersfield Town at Den on Wednesday evening. Yes, I was as well. The Terriers midfield trio of Dwayne Holmes, Lewis O'Brien and Jonathan Hogg seemed to have the upper hand in the first 10 minutes, but the Lions manager felt that Saville and Mitchell adapted to control the game after that. Rowett told the South London Press, "They did really well because if you look at any team that has one striker and two attacking midfielders, dropping deep around the front, and in terms of possession, in terms of build-up, they're always going to cause you a little bit of problem. The key becomes, do they score and do they get loads of chances from it? Possession is not really that much of a concern if we hold our shape and we're disciplined in the way we do it. Billy Mitchell and George Saville were excellent. It's not always easy to make the right decisions, when to jump out and when to stay in shape. The game is so quick and the game becomes such an instant decision of whether you've got to go and if you get it wrong, then you open up space." But they did it really well. They showed great energy, but Saville in particular, that was the most quality he was shown. He came out with the ball on a number of occasions. He just stepped out, showed that little bit of experience and composure that he's got. Yeah, very, very decent performances there from George Saville and Billy Mitchell. Utterly outstanding in terms of tackling and just getting on the ball as well. Pretty decent stuff. So yeah, and there's all the comments so far from the manager. I'm sure we'll have more in tomorrow's video, but until then, let's have a look at where that leaves us in the table. We have gone up one place, but it's getting slowly more condensed, but it doesn't seem we're going anywhere. The big movers today were Luton, who won, I think they won 4-0 against Preston, and they jumped up 2 places. We jumped up 1 place from 11th to 10th, jumping over Coventry, who lost today, I believe. Sheffield United drew, so they go down, but Nottingham Forest go up 1. So there you have it. QPR lost to Nottingham Forest, and there it is. We're on 57 points, goal difference of +5. All the other teams above us have better goal differences, so we really do need to get in ahead of them in terms of points. But what more can we do? We've drawn 2 games in the last 8. We won 5 or 6. So what more can we do? It's just we were so far back. We were like before our 8-game unbeaten run, we were like 15th or so, and we've just gone up 5 places. And it's kind of weird because we need to keep winning. There's 9 games left in the season. We need to keep going. I'll take it game by game, and hopefully the other teams will just start dropping points and we can start bombing on. And we go to Stoke in the next game. As you can see, they haven't won in 5 games at least, and maybe more. They're probably well out of it now. They're on 46 points. Do they have anything to play for? Probably not. They are down in 16th. Not doing too well. So now let's have a look at this. So there you can see Mill's run of undefeated results from the Cardiff game onwards. Pretty decent bunch of results there, to be honest with you. And we now go to Stoke. So we've got 9 games left, and saying to the players that they shouldn't be focusing on the playoffs. They should be just taking it game by game, one game at a time, and then it'll sort itself out. But I'm going to take a bit of a liberty now, just to actually look ahead and see. So you can see all the teams we play. Stoke mid-table, not a lot going on for them. Luton away, a fixture that is kind of charged in Mill's history. That's a big game for us after the international break. Hopefully, we can be fit and raring to go, well rested. Because that is a big game. Because if you go back here, they're up there, and if we could beat them, that would be good, very good for us. And then you look at the other teams that we play. So after that, we got Swansea, who are 15th again. They don't really have a lot to play for. Does that mean we automatically get to win that? No, it's not. But it's a home game against them midweek. Then we play Barnsley at home, who are struggling. They're going to be fighting for their lives for that. So that's not going to be an easy game. Barnsley at home, especially off a short rest from the Tuesday game. And then we play Good Friday away at Preston. Now we haven't had decent trips to Lancashire this season. We lost 1-0 against Blackpool. We drew 0-0 at Blackburn, didn't even have a shot on target. So Lancashire has not been a happy hunting ground this season for Millwall Football Club. I'm just looking to see if there's any more. No, it's just those ones so far. So what will the Preston game be? Now, we drew 0-0 with them on the 1st of February at home. Will it be another shitty day out in Lancashire? Hopefully not, because it's a Good Friday, so hopefully it'll be a Good Friday out in Lancashire. And then you're looking at, we're playing Hull at home on Easter Monday, and Hull, they're just above the relegation zone, but they shouldn't really be sucked into that. There's a massive gap between them and the teams actually fighting for relegation. So again, that is a winnable game. Hull at home. Then Birmingham away. Now Gary Rowett, he knows a lot about Birmingham. He's got something to prove for them. But again, they're in similar position to Hull. So very winnable games. These are winnable games. And then we get to the last two games of the season. Peterborough at home. That's a big one. They probably should be relegated by them. And what does that mean? Now, teams when they get relegated, everyone just throws their hands up and says, "Oh, do what you want. Go out and play how you want." Which is probably kind of freeing for them because they can just go crazy and go loose. So maybe they might have designs on giving us a bloody nose and bucking up our playoff chances. But again, that's a game that could be won. Peterborough at home. It is very much a winnable game. And lastly, but not least, Bournemouth away. Now, if we need a result from that game, that is a very big game to get a result from. Yeah. Now, here's another thing as well, though. Now, they could be promoted by then as well. Now, there's only a 3-point gap now, but look, they've got 3 games in hand on Huddersfield, 3 games in hand on Blackburn Rovers. By the time we get to the last game of the season, those games in hand will have been played. That's a potential extra 9 points there. So add 9 points to 3-point gap, that's 12-point gap. And they should and probably should be promoted before the last game of the season. So on that last game of the season, will they be having a little party? Will they be having presentations on the pitch? It's the last home game of the season for them. Now that might be a winnable game for us as well. Now Bournemouth are a decent team, very good team, but if their minds are not on it and they've achieved their goal essentially of getting promoted, would they really give a fuck if Mill came there and got a point, or if Mill came there and sneaked a little 1-0 win? But like I said, it's I keep trying to be realistic and not get caught up in the playoff fever, but when you look at these 9 games that we got, and even though I've said that the players should take it game by game, when you look at the block of 9 games, even if you got to do it game by game, you've only got to do that 9 more times. These are a decent set of results to get yourself in the playoffs. There's not really anything scary here. There really isn't. Yeah, so we will see. We will see. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.